Wow. Okay, so that was pretty terrible, but we are going to share this link out so that more people can get into the stream. So if you can hear me, maybe just say something in the chat. I think I've got a few people in here, so that's pretty cool. Um, I don't know if you can see what's going on. If you can hear me, just say something in the chat. Yeah. All right. I think I kind of got it going now. That's exciting. Let's share this out with the rest of our world here. Um, so 1 second here. And before I send this out to them, let me also make sure that you actually can see my screen here. Oh yeah, you see my screen, right? Cool. Okay, so there's like a slight delay. I'll send this out. You're probably seeing all my stuff, but that's okay. And now I think we're actually good for once. Cool, so now you just see the window of that. So we don't want to show that one. I kind of have a clue what I'm doing now. I'm going to switch the display, and I think you're going to see something different come up here. Let's just see. We're on a slight delay here, so when I say something, or like when you say something, I won't respond like right away. We'll just take a minute. So I think that the display, yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So now get ready for a slight delay here, but all right, we did it. So thanks, I did it. So we'll wait for a few more people to get in here because I think we had like 20 something before. So hopefully they don't have really short attention spans, and we won't wait too long. Maybe just like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, so shout out. So who's Zesty Limits again? Um, okay. And hi, Dominic, Juliana, got you. Hi, hello to Taylor, to Gianna. Hello to Alex, to Emily, Eva, Juliana. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Mrs. Passeri is in here as well. Very exciting. Okay, cool. And Jasmine. Great. Okay, now we've got like 21 viewers, which is like, it's not exactly monetization situation, but it's still pretty good. And now we're up to 28. So yeah, come on in. If you can share this with anybody, that would be great. The baby is good. It's actually exciting. So let me tell you guys. Okay, so welcome, friends. What I want to do is just welcome you here and talk about some cool stuff that's going on and some cool stuff that we're going to do. We're actually going to have a pretty good time here doing this, I think. I'm excited about it. Let me just pop out this chat window so that I don't lose it every time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So what I'm doing, I know my screen isn't moving, but here, I'm actually here. I'll just move the mouse a little bit so you can see it. Okay. What's happening is we got this situation, right? I'm calling it our situation. And before anything happens, I just want to say welcome to all of you, young and old, Passerians, students, teachers, friends, and well-wishers. It's exciting to have you here. Um, what we are going to do today is a few different things. First, actually, I want to kind of just talk about like, uh, sorry, hold on. Let me get the window back up again here. I think I sort of lost it. Yeah, definitely lost the window, and that confuses me. It might not confuse you, but it confuses me a lot. Okay. Oops. Bizarre. Oh, here's why, because I took this whole entire thing and put it over there, right? That's why. So I think we're IDK friends. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I almost have myself set up so that we're good to go. All right, so you're seeing this document. Welcome, young and old, students, teachers, friends, well-wishers. We now find ourselves, we're engaged in a great situation here, a difficult situation. It's not easy. And we've got to like band together, and I want to give you a little bit of reassurance in these times. So I've been good. The baby is good. The baby's healthy. The most exciting thing that's going to happen is a face reveal of myself and the baby. So I've never shown my face here on MrPaseri.com or YouTube.com/Mr. Paseri. And it's going to be really exciting when that happens. You're going to see what I look like. So, feel free to leave things in the comments. That's how I'm interacting with you. I'm reading the chat, and we've got a pretty good crowd here now. Let's see how many we got now. I don't know. We're up to a decent number, anyways. So, oh yeah, 32. Cool. So that's great. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about like where we're at with everything. Yeah. So, who I've been like paying attention to in the last few, I don't know, whatever you want to say, like days or whatever, is this guy right here, Tony Fauci. So he's like the leading guy in this whole coronavirus epidemic. And I want to talk. A few of you were in the chat yesterday, but I want to talk today about. I want to talk today about the math of this thing, the math of COVID-19. So yeah, I'll put my face in this video eventually, but I don't think I did yesterday, did I? Oh, guys. All right, so we had a face reveal yesterday, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very exciting time. So this guy is a good person to kind of pay attention to. What he's saying is pretty basic, basic stuff like use kind of common sense. We'll get through this eventually, but we want to look at the data for this. But first, let's do the face reveal. That's definitely something you guys are really excited about, I'm sure. So let's make that happen. Okay. Here we go. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I've got the actual skills to make this happen. Still watching for it. Yeah, it's a face reveal. You know what I'm saying? I haven't shown that, before in this. Well, that's annoying. I'm having some struggle with that. Maybe I can change sources or something. Let's try this. Let's try this. Turn this one off. Turn this one on. Okay. See what happens here. Working on some settings, everybody. All right, it looks like, guys, you're not going to be able to find out what I look like today because I've already, gone insanely slow in getting this up and running. It's a little bit embarrassing. All right, so what's going on is we got this guy. He's pretty good, Tony Fauci. And we got to follow the data that's coming out of China. Okay, and I want to talk about how math is related to this stuff that we're going through because it's really just what's called exponents, right? That's what's happening. So in China, we had 80,000 coronavirus cases. That's insane. But 68,000 have recovered. So tons and tons of them have recovered. And then we see how many are currently infected. It's actually not that bad, right? They're way, way lower on their currently infected, and they've closed almost all of these cases. So they've recovered, which is really, really exciting because their cases is pretty much flattened. This is total cases. So it's not cases per day, it's just flattened out. So that's really good. Uh, and if we look at what happened, right, we can see that how long did this take for this to happen, for new cases to drop? It took from January 22nd at least, right, all the way until probably solidly like February 15th, February 17th, 19th. So a solid 3 weeks before we saw any drop off. And here we are, and they're really still just starting to open things up. So this is starting to make us feel as if um, school won't be open in 3 weeks. I mean, this is just me making this stuff up. I don't really know that for sure, but we're going to get a spike after 3 weeks, and that's when our cases are probably going to be the highest, and then it'll continue to drop after that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we had some irregular data here, and we had a we had a rough day, the 12th of February for sure. Um, so we can see like the total deaths, same idea. So this is what happened in China, is where we have the most information. And this is like people recovering versus people that haven't. So we'll get through it if we look at China's like situation. And one thing that we understand is that their government is very different from ours. They are intense. So how do you stop the spread of virus? If you want to look, we are closest to Italy. Our situation is closest to Italy. So Italy basically is the US in 2 weeks, right? So the Surgeon General literally says the coronavirus cases are where Italy was 2 weeks ago. So we have to focus on what they're doing, what they're doing now. That's kind of where we're going to be at, if that makes sense. So there's hope from looking at China that their cases dropped. Of course, they're a little bit more intense than we are as a government. Um, so Italy, hmm, yeah, this article right here kind of talks. There was 100 cases in Massachusetts. There were 159 cases in Italy 2 weeks ago. This is late last week, and they kind of this is a really good article to go through and like understand what's going on, because we'll kind of look like Italy most likely in a while. China was very locked up. Yes, they were really intense. South Korea, same thing, but they actually got through it. So we're going to be on lockup for a while, and academics will eventually happen. Those face masks don't really work unless they're respirators. Russell, the like regular surgical masks don't actually work to stop you from getting it. So this is kind of good stuff to know. Like we're going to be here and there. So the CDC has recommended 8 weeks for us to not to basically not be in school for 8 weeks, give or take. Sorry, just getting this redone here. So that's a long time. So if we're not going three, I mean, maybe we split this and we say it's going to be 5 years or something like that, 5 weeks, sorry, before we're back. I don't really know that for sure, but obviously we're going to have to do some learning online because it's going to be a long time. So this page is pretty cool. I like this right here, this graphic. So this graphic kind of gives us a better idea of what's going on, what went on in China, kind of like that one that we were just looking at. So you can kind of see that like lately it's flattening off. Early March, see, all these last few days, the cases is not really going up, and it's only doubling in 30 days. It's like not really, it's taking a lot of time, right? And see, the new cases are dropping in China. So we're going to be there eventually. When, I do not know. But what we have is these things are growing at like an exponential rate. And so Italy is probably what our situation is. So we're going to probably be there in a little while. So there's a couple reasons that this is, interesting to talk about. So let's look at that a little bit, and then we'll go back to what we're going to do for online education. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the math of the COVID-19 because it's pretty interesting, actually. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull my stream back up and see where I am here. Okay, cool. So, now the math behind the COVID-19. It's actually pretty cool because it's exactly what we're supposed to learn in Algebra 1 very soon. We're supposed to learn about exponents. So what we notice is that this thing has a incubation period. Let's say it's a 5-day incubation period. Maybe it's a 10-day, it could be. And it takes 3.5 days to double. So we have a lot of data that we've kind of pulled. So let me show you the data that I have on this. I have that there were 63, then 336. So this day there were 63. Then there were 336. And then on this day, there were 2,200. Whoops. 2,200. And then here we are, March 17th. This number had said 4,400, as you can kind of see here. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. This number did say 4,400, but now that number has grown to closer to 5,000. And this was earlier today. So they basically found 600 cases today, which is insane. So we figure this is going to double by around this time, but it seems like it's more than doubled, and it's not March 21st yet. So we're up to 5,000 here. So we're more than doubling in a way. So we don't know this, but we can kind of model what's going on here. Let's say this is 70, and the time to double is 3.5 days, right? So that means in 2 weeks, it will double twice, yeah? So, or sorry, in 1 week, it will double twice. So from here to here, it will multiply by 4. It'll be 70, and then you'll double it, and then you'll double it again, right? And if you're in AP Calculus, then this math is not that hard. But this is kind of the math that we'll be doing in Algebra 1 soon, which is kind of cool. So that would make us 280 here. And then if we double that again twice every 3.5 days, then we'll have, I would say, let's see, I'll just do this out of my calculator because I'm lazy. So we'll double it 2 times, 280 times 4. So we'll have 1120. So clearly our actual cases are much worse than this. And if we doubled that twice, we'd have 4480. And we know we're already greater than 5,000 here because we're at 5,000 now. So greater than or equal to 5,000. So that's kind of what's going on with that. So what does this mean for us? So this is like week 0, week 1, week 2, week 3, right? So this is the week. This is the estimate, and this is the actual. So look at this, okay? So if this is the 14th, when we stop going to school, we're supposed to go back to school on, I think, we're supposed to go back to school on, what, April 1? I'm trying to, 1, 2, 3 weeks out. So if I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to go back to school on April 7th, right? But I mean, how many cases are we going to have by that time if we just started this social distancing and it takes 5 or 10 days for this incubation thing to happen? It's a very good chance that if this is actually already at, like, let's say 6,000, it's a very good chance that we'll be to 12,000 cases, perhaps, right? This is, we don't know, but 12,000 cases, perhaps, by this day. And I don't know, let's say we slowed down and we just doubled here, right? We just doubled instead of doubling twice. Oh, yeah, not to mention that this is way low too, actually. So it's worse than I thought. So we would double this twice, right? Which is probably going to be 6,000. So that's going to be 24,000 cases. And then if that, let's just say that just doubled 48,000 cases, right? This is kind of what I would estimate where we might be at. And the model that I made kind of would say something along these lines. It would say something like 17,920. And then we'd multiply that by, so basically what are we doing here? We're doing times 4. We're doing times 4, right? Times 4. It's pretty basic math. Times 4. There's a lot of math involved in this. So if we take that and multiply it by 4, then the model would say that we'd have 71,680. So anyways, this is when we're supposed to go back to school, right here. And if we look at somewhere in this range as how many cases we have, because the social distancing has a 10-day incubation period, and And I kind of slowed it down a little bit to get to the 48,000. It doesn't seem that we'll probably be going back to school then. So we kind of continue to grow, and then we finally will slow down. So we look at this as week 1, 2, 3. This is week 4, 5, 6, 7. And we go back and we look at what happened with China, right? So if we look at what happened with China, where was that? Let's see. I think I had tried to show you that. Yeah, here. I mean, how long did it take for them to kind of get to a place where they got better, right? Where they got better. So, oops, sorry about that. Here. So at least from January 22nd to February 22nd, right? It didn't even get at all better. So solidly a month, right? Solidly a month. So if we go solidly a month before it starts to get better, that'd be around here maybe, right? Ish. So I don't, and then when it starts to get better, I don't see us going back to school then. So it could go even longer. And again, the CDC had recommended, I think, 8 weeks off. So if it was 8 weeks that we didn't go to school for, and again, I am not making any decisions here. I'm just making up some stuff based on simple math, right? So if they said 8 weeks from like here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're talking like May 1st, maybe, like somewhere around here, May 1st. So it's looking like it's going to go into April and maybe get to May or something. So hopefully that makes some sense. So what is happening is pretty simple. We got exponents going here. We have exponents. And that's really our new lesson in math. It's supposed to be happening. Kind of see what's going on with coronavirus in the in the US, but you kind of see what's going on here. Nothing really seems to happen. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody really cares. And then we get here, right? And that's where it gets pretty brutal. So this is an exponential function. It's something that's being multiplied by itself, doubling, tripling, whatever it's doing, and it's really taking off. So this is the model that I kind of came up with. I said, let's say we had 70 people that were infected on this certain day, when we started to figure it out, before we even got out of school. And then we take that and we multiply that by 4 to the number of weeks. So in the first week, we take it as 4 to the 0 power. Now, does anybody in this chat know what 4 to the 0 power is? That's a great question. 4 to the 0 power. Okay, so anything to the 0 power is 1, okay? Check it out. It's not a joke here, people. You need to know this. Anything to the power of 0 equals 1. All right, I'm serious about this. I'm making it a big deal so that you can know that. All right, so that's what's happening there. So we just multiply by 1, so we just get 70. So we've got this function. I think this is my model that I made, and this is just, I made it up based on simple, basic math. So now we got this deal where we got 70 times 4 to the power of, what do we got? We go week 3, right? Where would we be after, like, I don't know, 6 weeks times 4 to the power of 6? We kind of talked about that. Well, 4 to the power of 6, we need to understand what that is. That is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. There are how many 4s, everybody? We know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 4s. That's what's going on here, okay? So we need to get this curve to flatten. Why? We need to, at some point, it's not going to go up forever, or we all will be gone. We won't make it. So it's not going to go up forever because we're isolated in our houses. We can't get other people, you know what I mean, sick as much. So we need to figure this out weeks since March 1st. And if we don't do anything, we're going to be in serious trouble, right? We're going to be at 1 million cases by the time we go back to school. A million cases by the time we go back to school would be bad. We do not want to be at a million cases. So hopefully it'll get better. So this is what the experts are trying to get at. They're trying to get at this. So let's not go there yet. So this is mathematical. I mean, this is a graph. It's very simple. Our healthcare can only care for so many people. It only has so much space. This is how much space our healthcare has hypothetically. Okay. If we don't do anything, this thing spikes, and then a ton of people die. Literally, a ton of people are going to die because we won't have space for them or care for them. And then the cases will go back down. So it would be bad for this to happen because our hospitals would now have twice as many people than they can care for, and that's not going to be a good situation. However, if we slow it down and not as many people end up getting the virus, it may take a longer time. So even this suggests that this time right here, time 2, versus this time right here, time 1 with option 1, time of option 2 would slow down the time before it before it peaked, the number of cases peaked. So you got to consider that as well, that it could like stretch out the time that it takes for this to go get over with. So Italy is the one to watch. So now I want to just talk a little bit more about Corona, and then we'll be kind of done with this. Total confirmed cases here. So let's look at what's going on in the world. We can see there, and kind of the world is in trouble. Yeah, the world as a whole is in trouble. And then we see the US, and it looks like the US is actually doing pretty good. It kind of seems that way, right? But you might have heard that we're not doing as good as you think. This is 15th, so it's a couple days ago. The situation is that we haven't really tested a lot. So see what happened with China. We can do this, but we have to understand that their system, they really put a stop on it here, or maybe they even put a stop on it here, right? Here or here. And then it took a little bit of delay, and then it flattened. And it's only now that they're going back, which is almost a full month or 3 weeks or so. So we're looking at a while anyways. We don't know when it's going to be, but we'll take it from there. So it's okay. Look at this data with China is that it will flatten off. It's just a matter of time. All right, so that's a good thing. Let's go to the next one. So what's happening in the US? Are we testing people for the coronavirus? Do you know the answer to that one, guys? The answer is no. We're not really testing people all that much. So here's the size of the United States. Okay, this is how big we are. And this is how many tests we have per million people. I don't mean tests in general, I mean tests per million. So we are testing the lowest as of March 11th, that is, by the way. Keep that in mind, because we started to get better about this. All right, people, let's stay on top. Let's stay on task here over in the stream there. Passerians. So population in the US, massive. Tests per million, very small. 23 per million people. How many people are we testing per million? What percentage is that, my friends? 23 divided by a million? That's 23 millionths. So that's tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000, 100,000ths, right? I guess 100,000ths. And then this would be the millions place. So I guess this would be about where we're at, right? So what's that as a percent? The amount that we're testing is 0.0023. 0023%. Okay, sorry, I put the percent in the wrong spot, as you can see. And that's not a number, that's actually a percent, so just so you know. So that's pretty crazy. Now, let's take it from here. All right. I don't want to shut down the chat, people. Let's keep it together. Keep it together here. Okay. So Italy is even testing much more than we are. So if we're looking at our situation could be much worse than what I'm saying, it's probably not a whole lot better than what I've been saying. So that's kind of where we're at. Corona is here for a while, and that means that we need to learn things online. But there's some kind of exciting things about that because I am going to be vlogging. So as soon as this ends, okay, as soon as this ends, I'm going to post my first vlog so you can stay in touch with me and, just really stay connected, for lack of a better term. Um, and I'll kind of update you on the baby and how I'm doing and things like that. So I'm gonna try to vlog. It might not be the best, but let's just we'll do what we can. Okay. So I'm thinking about our schedule, and here we are. So we're not testing a lot, blah blah blah. We can get there. It's going to be okay, but right now it's not okay. Okay, so that's what I want you to understand. Um, so this data here is kind of the things that I've been looking through, and you can kind of check it out if you want. But how are we going to deal with this? Because we're not going to be back in school for a long time. And yeah, maybe this week and maybe even next week, and who knows how long, are just kind of like relax, like chill days. And that's okay. But eventually we got to take it up a notch. Maybe 30 was a little bit of an overdoing it here for the font size. Whoa. Let's go with this. Okay, so I don't know if this helped at all, but I'm trying to make this slightly better. So what are we going to do? We'll do some fun things to handle online education, but I'm not going to like rush you into it because I think it's going to be a long time. So Google Classroom will be our hub, and we'll have some like documents with links that will kind of help us. And this is my calculus document, and I will show you a little bit about how this works. So you might get a doc that looks something like this, and it has like groups that you'll be in, and it has like all these different things that we can do, and it'll all be your assignments. So it'll have like days on it, and you'll have to watch certain videos, for example. This is going to be one of my videos, obviously. And then perhaps it will have you do a worksheet like here, and we'll get there eventually, but we're not really there yet. So I would like to come up with just a couple of little sayings here, like, hashtag Monday math chat. Okay, math chat mornings, right? We got that going on. We got hashtag Wednesday work due. And then we got hashtag Fun Fridays. So what do I mean by that? I mean, like, I'm going to assign you a bunch of stuff and it will be due on Wednesdays in general, okay? AP Calculus, you might be in a different situation. But algebra, hashtag Monday math chat mornings, exactly. Don't worry about printing it. We'll get there. I'll figure it out. The Khan Academy, I will explain. You can start chipping away at it, but it'll be more like clear. It's not going to be legit mornings. I'm just giving you a basic. I'm going to show you what my schedule is like. I'll go on some runs and tell you about what I'm eating and what I'm doing, how I'm feeding the baby, how I'm getting through, because we need to do that, okay? Don't worry about printing it, Russell. We'll get there. So we got a couple of different options here. Fun Fridays are going to be fun because I'm going to do a vlog. Okay, so I'll give some little updates there. My morning routine, my night routine, um, a day in the life, all that good stuff. And I might even show you how to make some delicious meals that you might want to try out while you're on lockdown. And then next week, we're really going to be learning a lot more. I'll throw some stuff out there, but for now, we don't have to worry about it too much. I might live stream on Friday nights as well, or Fridays in general. So that will be also cool. Live stream, also very cool. So fun stuff on Fridays. I might also give you a house tour I'm thinking about a house tour. Yep, for sure. Actually, it's funny that you say that. A house tour is one thing that's on there, okay? And another one that was on there is Q&A with Mrs. Passeri. Also, really exciting time. So yeah, and eventually we'll get to the face reveal. That'll be awesome. Um, but for right now, we're not there. Yeah, the merch. Um, I'm working on that. If you send me a mock-up, I can make that happen. I think I can make that happen. So that's kind of where we're at. So these links and stuff, and some people are asking about Khan Academy, like what the deal is. Okay, I haven't really done a lot with it. So I threw a bunch of assignments on there, but they're not very official at this time. So for right now, I wouldn't like stress out if it says like I assigned you a bunch of things, right? For right now, you just need to do the best you can do, right? So I want you all in there, of course. So I have my classes, right, and I have 43 students in Algebra 1. So that's like not everybody, but um, what's going to happen is I just hit update. So now a lot of people have the assignments in there. And I have like, it does show what I've assigned you. So like everything is in here. And some people have even started. Now, these things, there might be more or less eventually that I will assign. Um, but oh, very cool. Yeah, bring some friends in to check this out for sure. So Khan Academy is actually pretty good, Stephanie. He's really clear with his videos, but some of the things are annoying because when you get things wrong, that's kind of annoying. So this is kind of what we'll be doing here. And no matter what class you're in, like I'm assigning you things on Khan Academy. So here, this is updated and honors. I'm also going to update you as well. So everything on there I might change as we go through, but there's a bunch of different things. So here's a quiz, for example. You click on the quiz, all you gotta do is do the quiz. So what's gonna happen is when I start seeing your progress and where you're making mistakes and where you're doing well, right? Whatever I see is happening, I'm gonna look at it and then I might pull you and say, hey, come into this, open a new tab, and open a new tab and we'll have like an online tutoring session. So if in that case, like we could open a new tab and I could start going through a problem with you. So I could say to you, hey, okay, so you're having trouble with this problem, 2x times 3x to the third times 4x to the second. And you're like, okay, I don't know how to do this. And I would say, okay, easy. You take the coefficients, the numbers in front, you multiply them. So it's 2 times 3 times 4, which is going to be 24. Okay. Then you take these x times x to the third times x to the second. This is to the first power. So it's actually x to the sixth power. You add them together. So I can kind of tutor you in a separate tab when you're stuck. So I'm going to look at your situation and then we'll take it out from there. I might have to turn the chat down for now. Let's see, how do I do that? If I can figure out how to do it, huh? That'll be part of the key to shutting down the chat. I have attempted to do that, but we'll see. No luck there. Okay, IDK friends. IDK friends. I have to disable that now. All right, then let's keep it, keep it real over here. All right, anyways, I tried to do the face reveal earlier. So does that basically make some sense of what we're trying to do? So this is kind of where we're at. We'll have some YouTube live streams. I'll vlog just to kind of do some fun stuff. tutoring sessions in something like Zoom. So I will be like, hey, looks like you don't get this section in Khan Academy. You can email me. We can open up a Slack chat or something like that. So those are the time of the deal, okay? Khan Academy is where we'll do the work. Do you guys have any questions now? Put it in the chat if you have questions now. Um, we can like take it a lot of different ways. Google Classroom is like the hub, so we'll like branch off from there. That's where everything will be. There will be some assignments that are graded there. Don't worry about printing things for now, and if we do get to that, we'll cross that bridge. That's why we're doing the assignments, the actual work in Khan Academy. You know about Ed Puzzles. You won't have to take notes in the Ed Puzzle, but you'll have to answer the question, and I will adjust. I will adjust the Khan Academy stuff as we go. But generally, you're going to have a lot of that Khan Academy stuff due on Wednesdays. So that's kind of the general idea, and it'll be kind of fun. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this time because we're not going to have as much time. So when I chat with you, yeah, you can go to the bathroom. That's no problem. And lunch is on your own. Actually, lunch is on your own. So perhaps on Mondays, I'll chat with you. These are just some ideas. Wednesdays, work will be due, like most work, but you'll still have to meet me in the chat. And then live stream, vlogging, maybe a house tour Q&A with Mrs. Passeri to kind of make it fun. Just because we all kind of need to like stay social in this situation because we aren't seeing other people. Like I actually miss seeing my students. I miss you guys, and I miss seeing like other teachers that are adults and like interacting with people. So we got to kind of talk about like how we can all get into a better schedule. Nothing due tomorrow, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna really get things going, like probably post things on a Friday. For now, the assignments I posted on Khan Academy you want to work through, but I didn't put all of them on there. There are a lot though, so just kind of like, okay, I'll work on that because it's a little bit messed up. So go through a couple of them, but don't worry about them too much. Um, I'll make that happen in a little bit. I just kind of threw something up there so you could work on it if you needed. So hopefully that answers all your questions. And oh yeah, now I'm gonna release my first blog post to YouTube, so that will go up in just a moment. You'll see how I do some things around the house, uh, and hopefully I'll be a social media influencer by the end of this. But remember, we're going to be fine. We're going to get through that. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm getting better with the stream, but I'll probably practice a little bit more. The thing that's weird is like if I practice, then people start coming into it, so I have to use it with a different account. But what happened, I think, was I used my school email to log in, and then I used my personal email for my Mr. Passeri account, and that messed that up. So we're kind of at the end, so hopefully you guys have the gist. I will work on the Khan Academy so it's not like as insane. I'll link it all and clarify it all, and I hope you guys have a good night. And I let me try one more time to get the camera on. I have been a failure at that for right now, but maybe I can do better. Let's see what we got. So just bear with me if you're waiting for that. Add a scene. Let's try this. Okay. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Doubt it. Yeah, your grades will be in Aspen for sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot with this changing the camera thing. If anybody's good with XSplit, by all means, let me know. Yeah, I'm trying to do the face reveal, people, but it's not as easy as you might think, you know? You think you're good with technology, and then that's what happens. Oh, you saw me. Oh, that's awesome. How exciting. How about this? You see me now? Hmm. Well, guys, don't worry. I'll do the face reveal for you anyways. Okay. Watch this. Okay. No worries. We can do this together. We just got to go to my oldest video that I've ever. Oh, here we go. Perfect. I will simply change my video. That'll be the face reveal. So, guys, I want you to set out of here, and Mr. Passeri's night routine is going to go online in just a few moments. So it's very exciting. Okay, so again, it's Luciana May Passeri, just so you're aware. Okay. So apparently I tried to do a lot of live streams, as you can see, but this is going to go, this right here is going to go public right now. So enjoy my night routine of getting the bottles ready. Okay, guys, have a great night. Stay safe. Actually, wake up in the morning, do a little exercise, even if it's like a couple push ups and a couple jumping jacks. Like, do something, okay? Move around. Um, Take some time to read. You don't have to like work all the time, but we are going to have some school happening. So bye guys, as the week ends, you'll start to see some more stuff on Google Classroom. That's the way to go. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and I will talk to you guys soon. Remember, the night routine's going live in just a moment. As long as I am, as long as I know what I'm doing. Okay, so keep it real and Passeri out. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.